Hey everyone, this is your captain speaking, and if you're open to this month, May of 2024, being the most love-filled month of your entire life, then this could be the video for you. If it sounds interesting to you, the possibility of this month, May of 2024, being the most amazing month of love and pleasure and play of your entire life, if you're available for that possibility, then please hit the like button and the share button and consider subscribing to my channel if you're new here. I promise you, if you come on board my starship, you're going to have plenty of amazing adventures, and we're going to discover that life can be filled with more love than you ever imagined possible. Yes, that's quite a promise, I understand. But let's see, it's just an experiment. It's a possibility. That's what I think it could be. I think this month could be the most exciting month of love and pleasure and joy and all good things that we've ever experienced. I think that's possible. And so I want to tell you why. And so let's settle in, shall we? So what am I talking about here? I'm talking about a Sun, Jupiter, Venus, Uranus quadruple conjunction, the likes of which will not be seen again for the rest of our lives. That's right, I said that. It's not happening again for the rest of this century anyway. I can tell you that. Yeah, there's a 10-degree conjunction that happens in about 26 years or so. And there's a tighter one that happens in 2080, but that one is not the same. And I won't go into it here. But we've got one here this month. Sun, Jupiter, Venus, Uranus quadruple conjunction, joined by the moon for 2 days on the 6th and the 7th, making a 5-planet conjunction in Taurus. It's Taurus season, everybody. And so, yes, that's what I'm talking about. And I'm going to refer to the chart over here for some of this video, because for those astrologers out there that know how to read the glyphs on a chart, which I think is worth learning, because this is pretty simple stuff. We're talking about conjunctions when two planets are next to each other from the perspective of the Earth. That's what I tend to focus on here on this channel, are the conjunction portals. And we've got one heck of a conjunction portal happening. It's a super portal. It's a super duper portal. Yes, a super duper portal of love is happening here in May 2024. And I just want to invite you to catch these love waves, these big pleasure love waves that are coming towards us in big rolling sets of yummy goodness. Okay, that's what I'm talking about. And so let's just take a look at the chart here. I want to focus right now as I'm recording this. It's May 1st in the afternoon. And yes, just notice where the moon is today. It's in Aquarius. And over the next few days, it's going to be conjoining a whole sequence of planets. And it's some pretty interesting waves the next few days leading up to the conjunction with Venus and then the new moon, and then the moon, Jupiter, Uranus triple conjunction, and all 5 planets converging on each other in Taurus. And that's something I want to emphasize here. We'll get back to this moon, Saturn, Neptune thing that's happening over the next couple days. Yes, on the 3rd, we've got a moon, Saturn conjunction. On the 4th, it's a moon, Neptune, a moon, Neptune, Mars triple conjunction, which is pretty special in terms of, yeah, living a more gentle life, a more compassionate life, a more peace-filled life. It's a pretty nice peace-oriented wave that's coming in here on the 4th, and it leads right into what I'm going to focus on in this video, this moon, Venus, Jupiter, Uranus, 5-planet alignment in Taurus, which starts to come in the evening of May 5th. That's from the perspective of here in Colombia and Central Daylight Time. Basically, all of North and South America will experience the moon moving into Taurus Monday around, let's just say it's the evening. If you go further east, it moves more into Tuesday morning. And so, yes, it's coming in Monday here, further east in Europe and Asia and Australia. It's more Tuesday that this Taurus alignment begins. But what do I want to say about this special season of Taurus? Today is Beltane, as I'm recording this, and happy Beltane, which is the pagan holiday of spring, peak spring. And what is peak spring energy? It's peak fertility energy. It's peak pleasure and beauty energy. Taurus is ruled by Venus. And so Taurus has the qualities of Venus. And it's also true that Venus is in the sign Taurus during this alignment. And so it's a kind of peak of Taurus energy. And I have to just acknowledge that Taurus is my favorite sign. I just have to acknowledge it. And I'm not born with Taurus. I'm a Libra. And I think Libra is the second best sign. That's my feeling. Give it up for Libra. But Taurus wins the prize because, yeah, it's like it's the earth goddess energy. And it's the Empress in the Tarot. And Venus is right on that card frequently, or glyph is written, as in the Smith-Waite deck, and so it's Venus's month, Taurus month, and we're moving into the peak. We are at the peak of the Taurus energy. It's just like completely built to a climax here for Beltane, and the spring celebration of fertility and love, and the tendency for there to be so many weddings during Taurus season, and for there to just be an expansion of the heart and the expansion of pleasure generally. A lot of people take vacations this time of year. I hope you're one of them, because this might be the ultimate month of vacations for the rest of your life. If you haven't already scheduled a vacation for May, let me just suggest that you call in sick with a mental health day type situation. You know what I'm saying? If you can, and take an extra day or two off minimum, please, everybody. Please, it's time to schedule in that vacation, whether it's a small vacation or a bigger one. You deserve a bigger one. We all deserve a bigger vacation. And if there was ever a month for the rest of your whole life to somehow grant yourself a larger vacation than you might have thought you were going to have, this is that month. This is the month to tack on a few extra days to the planned vacation time and just expect to enjoy your life more this month. I think that's maybe a goal that we could all get on board with, is let's enjoy our lives more this month than ever before. Let's let our hearts get bigger than they ever have been before. Let's experience more and more love each day as the month progresses. Let's somehow let our hearts get bigger. Let's somehow let our hearts awaken to new experiences of love, to being surprised by love, delighted by love, and pleasure and music. And that's another thing I just want to super advocate for. Let the music seek you out this month, because it is seeking you out. The best music of your life is seeking you out this month. And are you ready for it? Are you available for it? Or are you in denial that the best music of your entire life could be coming straight for you? Are you available for that possibility? And if you are, then that means getting on your dancing shoes, everybody, because the best music of our lives is going to require some dancing shoes. You know what I'm saying? And so let's get ready to boogie. Let's get ready to celebrate. Let's get ready to enjoy the good life, shall we? And so that's what I'm talking about. I can feel it. I've been looking at this alignment since a long time. Definitely this whole year, I've been very focused on this particularly special Taurus alignment. And at the heart of it, a Sun, Jupiter, Venus, Uranus quadruple conjunction, yo. That's a Sun, Jupiter, Venus, Uranus quadruple conjunction, yo. And for 2 days, it's joined by the moon, or the moon kind of activates it because it's not super tight until, yeah, like, let's take a look. We might as well just look day by day here because, yeah, and I think actually the day to begin is the one that I named, which is next Monday, the 6th. Next Monday, the 6th, the evening to the 8th, the evening. Those 2 days, the moon is with Venus, the sun, and then, it's those 2 days that the moon is in Taurus. And so, yes, if we look at the 7th and then the 8th, look at that. Look what's happening here. You see what's happening here? For these, let's just go an hour ahead here so that you can see the moon in Taurus. 5 p.m. Is that right? 5 p.m. Columbia time, approximately Central Daylight Time in the United States. The moon enters Taurus. And I think let's all just focus on this moment, because even though we can feel these energies super strong already, because this is such a big wave and such a rare wave, and I've looked ahead for the rest of the century, there is not a Sun, Jupiter, Venus, Uranus quadruple conjunction all within 5 degrees during the rest of the century, okay? And so we're talking about something super rare, and because it's so rare, that gives it a broader potency. You know, it expands out from really a month on either side of this whole period, where we're talking about definitely a month coming in April, and definitely a month going out in June, all centered on May. And so it's this kind of 3-month wave. But I think the peak opportunity for catching waves, these love waves, these big pleasure waves, these quantum leap love waves, that's what we're talking about, taking a quantum leap onto timelines of love that you couldn't have imagined. Quantum leaps where you're just totally surprised to have your heart open to an amazing capacity for more love than you ever thought could be possible. Those timelines are the ones that you could be leaping upon over the next 3 to 4 weeks. Okay, that's what we're talking about. But it really begins. What I want to really focus on here is this May 6th, 7th, and 8th time period, because that's what just super kicks it off. And that's when we can have, with the moon there, a kind of emotional contact with what's possible in these next few weeks, where the moon connects us to Venus and to Jupiter and to Uranus and to the sun at the new moon, those new moon energies where there's the potential for a kind of, connection with the sun and its light, while at the same time being connected to the energies of the night, which the moon rules. And so, yes, let's focus here, but then we're going to look at how it progresses as Venus and the sun get tighter onto the Jupiter-Uranus conjunction, which of course is at the heart of everything. We've had an exact Jupiter-Uranus conjunction just happen a week and a half ago on 4/20. On April 20th, we got the first exact Jupiter-Uranus conjunction since 2010 and 11. And so, well, actually, since it became exact in 2011. It started to come in 2010. But since then, it's the first time they've been totally exact. And they've been super tight since then, and they'll continue to be super tight through the end of May, and then gradually kind of separating in June. But yes, the Jupiter-Uranus energy has everything to do with the potential for peak experiences, quantum leaps, psychedelic and psychological breakthroughs of all sorts, where we can take flight to undreamt of heights. And if you combine that energy with Venus, with love and beauty and pleasure, the potential for being bedazzled by beauty, you got to get yourself into settings where there's a greater potential for you to be bedazzled by the beauty of your partner, bedazzled by the beauty of your friends and loved ones, bedazzled by the beauty of your pets and by your home and by art and music and the beauty of nature. You got to get yourself into the right settings to be bedazzled in these ways, where your eyes get wide with amazement before the beauty of this human experience, before your own beauty, where you're bedazzled by your own beauty. Are you prepared to be more beautiful than you ever thought possible? Or to open to your beauty to a degree that you couldn't before? That's what we're talking about. It's a time to appreciate the beauty in your life, your beautiful objects, your beloved crystals, your favorite possessions. All of these should be appreciated for their beauty and how they bring you pleasure. And when it comes to Uranus, having to do with technology, for example, perhaps it's a month to celebrate the beauty of technology and to appreciate your own beautiful technologies that open you to possibilities that you wouldn't have without that tech. And just, for example, these glasses are technology for me, and I have to appreciate the pleasure that they bring me because I can see shit well. You know, how pleasurable it is when you can see things clearly, and how, yeah, it's not as pleasurable when you can't see the beautiful stuff very well. And so if you can see things well through your glasses or other tech, then give a shout out to all the tech that feels helpful to you. And we're talking, of course, about so many things where we benefit and have more pleasure in our lives through technology. Of course, there's a shadow side to all tech, but I think this could be a month to really appreciate the tech gifts in our lives. And yes, Uranus is the trickster, and so it has to do with surprises and unexpected awakenings. And so with Venus, it's being surprised by love, by surprised by our hearts getting bigger. You know what it's like when you just feel your heart is bigger than it ordinarily is? That's a Jupiter-Venus type thing. Jupiter, the biggest planet in our solar system, associated with making things bigger. And Venus, love and the heart and pleasure. Whenever Jupiter and Venus come into conjunction, it's the beginning of a new cycle of time where we can let our hearts get bigger, where we can let our pleasures get bigger, and where we can let our love relationships get bigger in scope, and the love in that inner subjective field to get bigger as both you and the other person's heart get bigger. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about here. We're talking about Jupiter-Venus energy, big love, you know, grand love, where it's just like the goddess of love, crown queen of the universe, you know, where you just bow before her, grateful for all the love in our lives. That's what I'm talking about here. Jupiter-Venus with Uranus electrifying it and stimulating it and bringing all kinds of surprising experiences of it. That's what we're talking about. And then if you bring the sun on board, the sun brings light to whatever it combines with. It shines its radiant warmth upon, in this case, Jupiter, Uranus, and Venus, and the moon for these 2 days. It shines its light. It brings a kind of radiant version of it all. And so the likelihood that this energy that I'm describing will be like super obvious in your light or in your life, where it'll be hard to mistake what's going on, where you have to basically bow and give thanks for love showing up just when you need her, as she always does. And so, yes, let's take a look as it progresses one day at a time. May 6th. By May 7th, you can see Venus is getting pretty close to the sun. It's just 13 degrees from Uranus, and it's about 16 degrees from Jupiter. And here's the moon coming in. And so we're getting a moon-Venus conjunction coming in on the 6th. And 7th, the first invisible Venus gate or rose gate, which we focused on a lot on this channel. These amazing moon-Venus conjunctions that happen every month, 7 of them in the morning, 7 or 8. And then that's what we've just experienced. I think it's actually been 8 moon-Venus conjunctions visible in the morning sky before sunrise. And now we're going to have basically 3 moon-Venus conjunctions that will not be visible, with Venus on the other side of the sun from the Earth's perspective for the next 3 months or so. And then she'll be visible starting in July again in the evening sky after sunset for 7 or 8 moon-Venus conjunctions again, but in the western sky. And so, yes, this is a special moment in that cycle where we're not going to get to see Venus, and we're not going to get to see these beautiful rose gates until July. And so what do we do with that? For me, it's a real meditation each time this happens, when Venus is no longer visible. A lot of astrologers talk about her being in the underworld during this time. That's what the Inanna mythology is all about. I don't want to really think about Venus as being in the underworld. I think she's just off partying somewhere else. You know what I'm saying? And so we don't get to see her, but we can still feel close to her, and we can still be in contact with her. And it's not like, I don't want to think about her suffering. I might think about my own suffering, and how it's sad to not see her. And so I think there is an element for me of kind of grieving her being in the sky, in the visible sky during this time. And I think there's a kind of letting go process here of, yeah, whatever this time period has been about, where she's been a part of part of our morning sky experiences for the last months. It's been the last 7-8 months. She's been there to greet us each morning if we get up before sunrise. And that time period of our lives, this particular morning cycle, is over. And now we're moving towards the next evening cycle, and we're in this kind of liminal phase, this in-between place. And I don't know, it's kind of mixed for me, because I'm super looking forward to her being back in the evening sky, which super special to see her after sunset. And there's just a different quality to the evening sky experience with Venus generally, and with the moon-Venus conjunctions. You're more likely to be able to, be in the part of your day where you're enjoying life with other people. It's, after you've left work for a lot of people, and it's when you're starting to connect up with your loved ones, with your friends, and you're maybe, enjoying some loving contact there in those hours after sunset. And it's just, it's such a special time period, I feel, when she comes back into the evening sky. And so even though she's left the morning sky, we just have to wait until July, and then we're going to get 7-8 months of her being in the evening sky. And so I feel like it's not that hard to wait the next 3 months. You know what I'm saying? And so, yeah, it's sad. There's something poignant about this morning gate time period ending, but there's also a sense of anticipation for what's the experience of the next set of evening gates going to be about. And so we get to meditate on all of this for the next 3 months. And I guess it's 2.5 months. We get to meditate on all of this and kind of make our own meaning of it. But I think there's a special opportunity for connecting with Venus when she's on the other side of the sun, not visible. She becomes visible to our third eye, and she's still totally connected to us right at the heart chakra level. We're quantumly entangled with Venus all the time. And so she's only as far away as the quantum speed of light. You know what I'm saying? And so, yes. And it makes it easier because there's this amazing alignment, which I now want to get back to. You can see the moon conjoining Venus on the 6th, starting there in the 6th. And then on the 7th, she gets closer. Oh, wait, this is still the 6th. On the 7th, she's really close to Venus, 6 degrees, but also exactly conjunct the sun, which is the new moon, the first new moon since that kick-ass solar eclipse that just passed. First new moon, so it's like letting go of all that eclipse energy and everything that was about. And now entering into this post-eclipse season, Taurus season energy that is also Sun, Venus, Jupiter, Uranus, quadruple conjunction with the moon going across it. That's what we're talking about. And yes, look how nice this alignment is here. It's 15 degrees from Venus to Jupiter, which is definitely an operative orb. Whenever you've seen Venus conjunct Jupiter, when they're at 15 degrees, they look like they're connected. They look like they're in dynamic relationship. And so I think this point here, where Venus gets to the 15 degree mark on the 7th with the new moon happening at the same time, and it's all in Taurus, with all that happening, all that converging there on the 7th, I want us all as a group mind collective here on my channel, and also a part of my class, Tarot and Flow 2024. This group mind consciousness collective, let's all put our focus and attention on this new moon, this 5-planet conjunction in Taurus. Let us celebrate everything that Taurus is about. Let us set the intention of letting more love into our lives than we ever have before. Let us set the intention to be available for plot twists in our love life. Let us set the intention to surprise our lovers and best friends with fun and magic and maybe a party that you just spontaneously decide to throw here. The ultimate alignment of parties and weddings and dancing and all celebratory dance and art experiences. That's what we're talking about. Can you surprise each other? Can we surprise each other with fun this month, starting especially on the 6th and 7th of May? The 6th and 7th of May, let's focus on the possible love that's seeking us out, Let's be available to love you and I. I just broke out into song because I'm feeling the love, everybody. And I hope you are too, because if we all join in together with a shared intention, and where any one of us becomes more available to this love force, that raises all our ships to the possibilities. It helps all of us catch the wave. And so let's all send our love to each other, all of us with this shared intention of enjoying this month as much as we can, while at the same time perhaps acknowledging that not everyone is enjoying this month so much, and sending our prayers and love to them. Let's affirm together. We have more and more love each day. We have more and more love each day. We share more and more love each day. We give more and more love each day. We enjoy more and more love each day. And we try to live from a big-hearted place, greeting everyone we see with a big smile, a friendly face, a warm love aura spreading out in waves around us. Let us open to being more like that. I know it's hard for me to always be like that, or even often sometimes, but I'm trying, and I'm willing for this month to be a month where I try more to share love with others, give the best of my love to others, and yes, especially my closest beloved wife and son, but then spreading out in expanding circles beyond that to all of my friends and family, sending blessings and love and light to you all and to everyone on this good earth. So then what happens? We're just getting started May 7th. I feel the peak is from May 7th to the 20th, a 2-week period that starts here. Basically, the peak is there right up through May 20th, but it's totally full on the rest of May. After that, it's just May 20th is the last day that the sun's in Taurus, and so things might shift a little bit in that sense, where it's not this full-on Taurus wave, the Taurus energy crowned queen of the universe. That's happening through the 20th, and then maybe it fades a little bit. Who knows? But not much, because Venus is still there, and Jupiter and Uranus are still there, right until when? Let's just take a look at that. Let's just quickly take a look at this day by day. See the moon move off, and then here by May 11th, Venus is 6 degrees from the sun and 11 degrees from Jupiter, just 8 degrees from Uranus. And then we go a couple days further, and here by May 13th, Venus is now 10 degrees from Jupiter. And so this quadruple conjunction is all within 10 degrees. And there's 26 years from now or so, 2 Jupiter-Uranus conjunctions from now, there is another Sun, Venus, Jupiter, Uranus, and actually Mars is there too. But they only get as close as 10 degrees, everybody. This is 10 degrees starting on the 13th, but let's take a look. They get within 5 degrees, which I think any astrologer would agree that a 5-degree conjunction of 4 planets is definitely stronger than a 10-degree one. A lot stronger. When you get 4 planets within 5 degrees, that's a super portal. That's a mega portal. We're talking about major energy, everybody, okay? And it's starting to get stronger by May 14th, which, basically a week after the new moon. This is basically the first quarter moon here on the 14th. At that point, Venus is now 8 degrees from Jupiter, and then you go a couple days after that to the 16th, and now Venus is 6 degrees from Jupiter. The sun is exactly conjunct Jupiter. We haven't focused so much on the Sun-Jupiter conjunction and the Sun-Uranus conjunction and the fact that all 3 are there together. It's a really special energy, Jupiter grants good fortune and success, and the sun shines with that energy. It's a big, happy, sunny day energy. You know, when you feel the perfect amount of sunshine upon your body, where it's not too hot, but it's definitely warm enough where you're just super enjoying the pleasure of the sun upon your skin. That's the energy of Sun Jupiter. So it could be that there's some really nice sunny days in this time period, at least for, some of you out there. Not everybody. It's all different kinds of weather everywhere. I understand that. But the potential for that warm, perfect sunny day feeling under Sun Jupiter, see how this could be perfect for an outdoor party of some sort where there's awesome music? Maybe that's something to be tuned into wanting to happen in your life. Something outdoors with perfect sun shining upon you and wonderful music and a lot of love surrounding everybody. You know what I'm talking about? That kind of vibe is what is seeking you out. And that's a Sun Jupiter kind of energy. And then it's Sun Uranus is more let your light shine out in the world. Uranus liberates the light, electrifies your light, and liberates the authentic you, the authentic, happiest version of you, the authentic, happiest, higher frequency version of you is Sun, Jupiter, Uranus. And then you add the Venus twist, and it's your beauty shining forth, your love shining forth, the happiest, highest version of yourself embodied here on the earth. That kind of version of yourself could show up, make an appearance here, live on stage of your life, could show up, make an appearance. And who knows, this could be the month you get your lucky break. The lucky break where the right person sees you and your highest self and your beauty and your love, and they see you and they're bedazzled by you, and they fall in love with you either for the first time or for the 1000th time, where your number one beloved falls in love with you on another scale. That's what we're talking about, where they see your highest self and you see their highest self and how freaking beautiful they are. And you're just in amazement. That's what I'm talking about, where you really let people see you, especially the special people. You know what I'm saying? And so that's what we're talking about with the Sun, Jupiter, Uranus, triple conjunction, and then Venus pulling up the rear here. Venus pulling up the rear. And then let's look at when Venus is on the other side of Uranus, where this is where it's at its tightest, where everything is within 5 degrees on May 18th, 19th, and 20th. If I were to predict, as your astrologer, the peak of these amazing energies that have been coming in, these sets of waves that have been coming in super strong, starting in April, but now peaking in May, and really peaking, I would pick May 18th, 19th, and 20th. Let's really focus again as a group mind consciousness on May 18th, 19th, and 20th. Those are special days when the Sun, Jupiter, Venus, and Uranus are at their tightest, all within 5 degrees. And yes, the potential for that being a really special window of opportunity. What have you got planned for those days, everybody? Are you thinking about it? Are you marking it on your calendar? I think you should. And those could be some really good days to think about calling in with a mental health day, because we all need mental health days. It's the best reason to take a day off. And so if you need to, maybe you've already got that awesome vacation scheduled. That would be amazing. But if you don't, let's focus on May 18th, 19th, and 20th. And yeah, let's catch these amazing waves together. Let's support each other in catching these waves. Let's send love out to this circle of viewers of my channel, and let's focus on these dates, May 18th, 19th, and 20th, as a group mind consciousness experience. Let's set a group intention. All viewers of this video, all friends and loved ones that are receiving my guidance in the universe, I encourage us to focus on these dates and be available to the amazing kinds of experiences I've tried to lay out in this video. There's lots of other possibilities. For these energies, and you're going to find your own unique encounter with these 4 planets that are inviting you to a gathering. Venus, Jupiter, Uranus, the Sun, they're all inviting us to a gathering, a really special one, where they're going to share their combined gifts. They're like the most awesome band in the universe, and they're just laying it down. You know what I'm saying? They're laying it down, and yeah, all you got to do is put on your headphones, open up your ears, get to the right place at the right time, and you're going to hear that music, everybody. And that's my wish for you. I send you so many blessings and love and light, and I can't wait to hear how this goes for you. So leave comments below. I'm going to be reading these comments, everybody. I want to hear your stories, everybody. And if this has been helpful, please click the like button. Please share it around, because it'd be great for people to get the good news. And if you're not subscribed to my channel, please subscribe. I'd love to have you just sign on officially, because when you do, you really lock yourself into the fun. Okay? Blessings, love, light.